Chapter 1 Pressure Equation. P is equals to 1 upon 3 rho V bar square. Uh, if vector is equals to Vx I cap plus Vy j cap plus Vz k cap. In magnitude, V square is equals to Vx square plus Vy square plus Vz square. We consider only x component. Initial linear momentum before collision is equals to Pi is equals to mvx. Final linear momentum after collision is Pf is equals to minus mvx. Uh, Change in momentum after collision, delta P is equals to uh, Pf minus Pi. Delta P is equals to minus mvx. Delta P is equals to minus 2 mvx. Negative sign shows that the change in momentum is decreased. Delta P is equals to 2 mvx. Total distance covered by molecule for one rotation is equals to S is equals to 2L. Time for one rotation delta T is equals to S upon V. Delta T is equals to 2L upon Vx. As we know that F is equals to delta P upon delta T, F is equals to 2 mvx upon 2L upon Vx. F is equals to 2 mvx multiplied by Vx upon 2L. F is equals to mvx square upon L. Total force F is equals to F1 plus F2 plus Fn. F is equals to m1 Vx square upon L plus m2 mv2 x square upon L plus mv3 x square upon L plus mvn x square upon L. F is equals to m upon L v1 x square plus v2 x square plus v3 x square plus vn x square. Dividing by area on both sides. F upon A is equals to m upon A multiplied by L. V1 x square plus V2 x square plus V3 x square plus Vn x square. P is equals to m upon V1 x square plus V2 x square plus V3 x square plus Vn x square. Total velocity V bar square is P is equals to rho V bar x square. Total velocity V bar square is equals to Vx bar square plus Vy bar square plus Vz bar square. Due to random motion of particles, bar is equals to Vy bar is equals to Vz bar. Then Vx bar square then V bar square is equals to Vx bar square plus Vx bar square plus Vx bar square. V bar square is equals to 3 Vx bar square. 1 upon 3 V bar square is equals to Vx bar square. We put in equation 2, P is equals to rho 1 upon 3 V bar square. P is equals to 1 upon 3 rho V bar square. uh, Root mean square speed. The average speed of molecules of gas is called root mean square speed. As we know that P is equals to 1 upon 3 rho V bar square. 3P is equals to rho V bar square. V bar square is equals to 3P upon rho. Taking a square root on both sides, V bar under root V bar square is equals to under root 3P upon rho. Vrms is equals to 3p upon, under root 3p upon rho. In terms of temperature, Vrms is equals to under root 3 kt upon m, where k is Boltzmann's constant. K is equals to 1.38 multiplied by 10 exponent 23 joule per Kelvin. Vrms is equals to 3 RT under root 3 RT upon m, where R is gas constant. R is equals to 8.314 joule per Kelvin, joule per mole Kelvin. Unit 17. Second law of thermodynamics, Carnot engine. A French engineer named Sadi Carnot in 1824 described an ideal engine called Carnot engine. which is free from all sorts of heat losses and friction. Construction: it consists of a cylinder with movable piston filled with any working fluid. The walls of cylinder are insulated and only the bottom is conducting. It works on a cyclic process known as Carnot cycle. Carnot cycle. Process 1. In this process, the cylinder is placed in thermal contact with an energy reservoir at temperature T1. During the expansion, we decrease the load on piston. The gas absorbs energy Q1 from the energy reservoir through the base of the cylinder. Volume of gas increases from V1 to V2 and gas does work W in raising the piston. Process 2. In this process, the base of the cylinder is replaced by a thermally non-conducting wall and the gas expands adiabatically due to decrease in load on the piston. That is, no heat energy enters or leaves the system. During the expansion, the temperature of the gas decreases from T1 to T2, volume increases from V2 to V3 and gas does work W in raising the piston. Process 3. In this process, the cylinder is placed in thermal contact with an energy reservoir temperature. At temperature T2, gas is compressed as isothermally by increasing the load on the piston. The volume decreases from V3 to V4. During this time, the gas expels energy Q2 to the energy reservoir and the work done by the piston on the gas is W. Process 4. In this final process, the base of the cylinder is replaced by a non-conducting wall and the gas is compressed adiabatically by increasing the load on the piston. The temperature of the gas increases from T2 to T1 and volume decreases from V4 to V1 and work is done by the piston on the gas. Efficiency of Carnot engine. According to definition of efficiency, E is equals to output upon input multiplied by 100. In case of Carnot engine, input is equals to Q1 is equals to heat. Output is equals to work is equals to W is equals to Q1 minus Q2. Put in equation 1, E is equals to W upon Q1 multiplied by 100. W is equals to Q1 minus Q2. E is equals to Q1 minus Q2 upon Q1 multiplied by 100. E is equals to Q1 upon Q1 minus Q2 upon Q1 multiplied by 100. E is equals to 1 minus Q2 upon Q1 multiplied by 100. As Q is directly proportional to T, E is equals to 1 minus T2 upon T1 multiplied by 100. Kelvin statement, second law of thermodynamics. It is impossible to construct an engine operating continuously in a cycle that can take heat from a source and converts completely into work. Clausius statement, second law of thermodynamics. It is impossible to cause heat to flow from a cold body to hot body without the expenditure of energy. Equivalence of Kelvin and Clausius statements. The chapter 1 x bar square then 4 to V1 and work is done by the piston on the gas. Of Kelvin and Clausius Q upon m delta T. SI unit is joule. No heat to the sink. It means that put in equation 1, E is equals to W upon Q1 multiply by 100. E is equals to Q1 of the second law of thermodynamics seems to be different, but the fact is contrary. If any one of the two statement is violated, another one is also violated. पता नहीं. Suppose that Kelvin statement is false, that it is possible to construct an engine that takes heat from the source and converts it completely into work and rejects no heat to the sink. It means that the source is capable of doing work by itself, thus it will extract heat from cold body cold body, which provides the basis of such a refrigerator, which transfers heat from cold body to hot body without the expenditure of energy, which is contrary to Clausius' statement. Heat capacity: the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of any mass of a substance up to 1 degree Celsius. Delta Q is equals to C delta T. C is equals to delta Q upon delta T. SI unit is Joule per Kelvin or Joule K inverse. Um, Specific heat capacity: the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of substance up to 1 degree Celsius. Delta Q is equals to mc delta T. C is equals to delta Q upon m delta T. SI unit is Joule per kg Kelvin or Joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. Molar heat capacity: it is only for gases the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas up to 1 degree Celsius. Delta Q is equals to Nc delta T. C is equals to delta Q upon N delta T. SI unit is Joule per mole Kelvin or Joule mole inverse Kelvin inverse. Types of molar heat capacity: molar heat capacity at constant volume. Delta Qp is equals to Ncp delta T. Cp is equals to delta Qp upon N delta T. Molar heat capacity at constant volume. Delta Qv is equals to Ncv delta T. Cv is equals to delta Qv upon N delta T. Show that Cp minus Cv is equals to R. Consider a cylinder filled with a number of gaseous molecules having volume V, pressure P, and temperature T. System absorbs delta Q amount of heat energy, then it operates between two different isothermal process, that is A to B is at constant pressure and A to C is at constant volume. Uh, the internal energy of the both the process will be same, which is given by delta u A to B is equals to delta u A to C. For delta u A to B, according to first law of thermodynamics, delta Q is equals to delta u plus delta W. Delta U A to B is equals to delta QP minus delta W. Since delta QP is equals to NCP delta T, delta W is equals to P delta V is equals to NR delta T. So delta U A to B is equals to NCP delta T minus NR delta T. For delta U A to C, according to first law of thermodynamics, since delta QV is equals to NCV delta T is delta W is equals to 0. Delta U A to C is equals to NCV delta T minus 0. Delta U A to C is equals to NCV delta T. We put all values in equation 1. NCP delta T minus NR delta T is equals to NCV delta T. N delta T Cp minus R is equals to N delta T Cv. Cp minus R is equals to Cv. Cp minus Cv is equals to R. Ampere's law statement: the sum and the product of magnitude and magnetic induction and element length is equal to mu naught I. Proof: consider a long straight conducting wire in which current I is passed through, then it produces a concentric magnetic field. The magnetic field lines of induction will be tangent on any point on the circle. We divide the whole circle into n number of equal length, that is delta L1 delta L plus delta L2 plus delta L3 plus delta Ln. The scalar product of magnetic induction and each element length is given by delta vector b dot delta L1 vector is equals to b delta L1 cos theta. Theta is equals to 0. B vector dot delta L1 vector is equals to b delta L1 1. B vector dot delta L1 vector is equals to b delta L1. Similarly, b vector dot delta L2 vector is equals to b L2 plus b vector dot delta L3 vector is equals to b L delta 3. Since for hence for all elements, summation b vector dot delta L vector is equals to b b summation delta L b summation L, but summation delta L is equals to 2 pi r. So b vector dot summation delta L vector is equals to b dot 2 pi r. According to Biot-Savart's law, b is equals to mu naught I upon 2 pi r. Hence, b summation b vector dot delta L vector is equals to mu naught I upon 2 pi r dot 2 pi r. Summation b vector dot delta L vector is equals to mu naught I. Solenoid. A long insulated copper wire wounded in a closed packed helix ring and carrying current is called solenoid. Solenoidal field. When current is passed through the solenoid, then it produces a magnetic field. The magnetic field lines of induction will be parallel. Inside the solenoid, the magnetic field is strong, and outside the solenoid, the magnetic field is weak. In order to measure the magnetic induction inside the solenoid, we have considered an Amperian regulator loop uh, ABCD having length L1, L2, L3 and L4. The scalar product of magnetic induction and each element length is given by summation b vector dot delta L vector is equals to BL1 cos theta 1 plus BL2 cos theta 2 plus BL3 cos theta 3 plus BL4 plus cos theta 4. At L1 theta is equals to 0, BL1 cos theta 0 is equals to BL1. At L2 L4 theta is equals to 90 degree, BL2 cos 90 is equals to 0, BL4 cos 90 is equals to 0. At L3 the magnetic field is negligible, BL3 is equals to 0. So the summation B vector dot delta L vector is equals to BL1. Equation 1. If n is equals to number of turns per unit length, current is equals to NL1I. According to Ampere's law, B summation B vector dot delta L vector is equals to mu naught NL1I. By comparing equation 1 and equation 2, mu naught NL1I is equals to BL1. B is equals to mu naught Ni. Toroid. An insulating copper wire wounded in a circular core and carrying current is called toroid. Toroidal field. When current is allowed to pass through the toroid, it produces a magnetic field inside the toroid. The magnetic field is strong inside the toroid, and outside the toroid the magnetic field is weak. In order to measure the magnetic induction inside the toroid, we have considered an imperial loops in the form of circle having radius r, then sum and product of magnetic induction and each element length is given by summation b vector dot delta b vector dot L vector is equals to b summation L cos theta. Theta is equals to 0 degree. B vector summation B vector dot L vector is equals to B summation L. Since summation L is equals to 2 pi r, summation B vector dot delta L vector is equals to B dot 2 pi r. B is equals to mu naught n I. Summation B vector dot L vector is equals to mu naught n I 2 pi r. Hence, del summation B is equals to mu naught n I upon 2 pi r. J. Thomson experiment. Sir J. Thomson performed an experiment to measure the charge to mass ratio of an electron. Principle. It works on the principle of cross field region. Working. Electrons are produced by heating the filament and focused toward the screen which is coated with zinc sulfate. Electrons are escalated through 1000 volt between cylinder and disk A. A further potential difference of 800 volt is applied between disk A and B. A magnetic field is applied on beam of electron, then it deflects from theta to theta 1. An electric field is applied on beam of electron in the presence of magnetic field, then the beam of the electron comes back at theta and the region becomes undeflected. The magnetic force on beam of electron is given by Fm is equals to QVB sine theta. Q is equals to E. Fm is equals to EVB sine theta. Theta is equals to 90 degree. Fm is equals to EVB equation 1. Due to magnetic force it experiences the centripetal force which is given by Fc is equals to mv square upon r. Compare equation 1 and equation 2. Fm is equals to Fe. EVB is equals to mv square upon r. EB is equals to mv upon r. E upon m is equals to v upon br. Galvanometer. It is a basic electromeasuring device which is used to measure a small amount of current. Principle. It works on the principle of magnetic torque. Working. Consider a U-shaped permanent magnet in which a rectangular piece wounded with insulated copper wire is hanged in between poles, having cross-sectional area A. When current is allowed to pass through the coil, then it produces a magnetic torque which is called deflecting torque, given by T naught is equals to BINA cos alpha. Alpha is equals to 0 degree. T naught is equals to BINA cos 0. Uh, T naught is equals to BINA 1. T naught is equals to BINA. The coil while turning will twist the suspension, and as a reaction an opposing torque is produced called restoring torque, which is given by Tr is directly proportional to theta. Tr is equals to C theta, where C is equals to couple per unit twist. At equilibrium, T naught is equals to Tr. BINA is equals to C theta. I is equals to C upon BNA theta. Since K is equals to C upon BNA, I is equals to K theta. I is directly proportional to theta. Sensitivity of galvanometer. The minimum current required to produce the deflection of one division is called sensitivity of galvanometer. S is equals to 1 upon K. S is equals to 1 upon C upon BNA. S is equals to BNA upon C. Factors. S is directly proportional to B. S is directly proportional to N. S is directly proportional to A. S is inversely proportional to C. Ammeter is a device which is used to measure electric current. It is always connected in series combination across any circuit. Conversion of galvanometer into ammeter. Consider a galvanometer having resistance Rg and current Ig. In order to convert the galvanometer into an ammeter, We have connected a low shunt resistance in parallel combination with galvanometer. The total current across the circuit is given by I is equals to Ig plus Is. Is is equals to I minus Ig. According to property of parallel combination, Vs is equals to Vg. Is is equals to Rg. Rs is equals to Ig Rg upon Is. Is is equals to I minus Ig. Rs is equals to Ig Rg upon I minus Ig. Voltmeter. It is a device which is used to measure potential difference. It is always connected in parallel combination across any circuit. Conversion of galvanometer into voltmeter. Consider a galvanometer having current Ig and resistance Rg. In order to convert the galvanometer into voltmeter, we have connected a high shunt resistance in series combination with galvanometer. According to Ohm's law, V is equals to I Re. Since Re is equals to Rg plus Rx, I is equals to Ig. V is equals to Ig Rg plus Rx. V upon Ig is equals to Rg plus Rx. Rx is equals to V upon Ig minus Rg. Chapter 19, Electromagnetic Induction. Faraday's law. The induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux. Mathematically, E is directly proportional to minus delta phi upon delta t. E is equals to minus n delta phi upon delta t, where n is number of turns. Lenz's law. The induced EMF flow in opposite direction which oppose the change that produce in it. Self-induction. The process to induce the EMF in the coil by changing the current in the same coil is called self-induction. The induced EMF flow in the opposite direction, therefore it is also called back EMF. Mathematical expression. The induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of current which is given by E is directly proportional to minus delta I upon delta t. E is equals to minus L delta I upon delta t, equation 1, where L is self-induction. According to Faraday's law, E is equals to minus N delta phi upon delta t, equation 2. Comparing equation 1 and equation 2, minus L delta I upon delta t is equals to minus N delta phi upon delta t. L is equals to N delta phi upon delta I. Mutual induction. The process to induce an EMF in a coil by changing the current in another coil is called mutual induction. The coil in which the current is changed is called primary coil, and the coil in which EMF is induced is called secondary coil. Mathematically, the EMF induced in secondary coil is directly proportional to the rate of change of current in primary coil, which is given by E del E is directly proportional to minus delta I upon delta t. E is equals to minus m delta I upon delta t. Equation 1, where m is the mutual induction. According to Faraday's law, E is equals to minus n delta phi upon delta t. Equation 2. Comparing equation 1 and equation 2, minus m delta I upon delta t is equals to minus n delta phi upon delta t. M is equals to n delta phi upon delta I. The SI unit is Henry, but it is measured in millihenry and H. Transformer. It is a device which is used to maintain the required value of alternating current. Principle. It works on the principle of mutual induction. Construction. It consists of two coils in which one is primary and the other coil is secondary coil, and the both coil are wounded with soft iron core. Working. When magnetic flux is changed in primary coil, then it will induce an EMF having number of turns Np. According to Faraday's law, Vp is directly proportional to minus delta phi upon delta t. Vp is equals to minus Np delta phi upon delta t. When magnetic flux is changed in primary coil, then it will induce an EMF having number of turns Ns, which is given by according to Faraday's law. uh, Vs is directly proportional to minus delta phi upon delta t. Vs is equals to minus Ns delta phi upon delta t, equation 2. uh, Dividing equation 2 by equation 1, Vs upon Vp is equals to minus Ns upon Np delta phi upon delta t upon delta phi upon delta t. Vs upon Vp is equals to Ns upon Np. According to ideal condition, P input is equals to P output. Vp Ip is equals to Vs Is. Ip upon Is is equals to Vs upon Vp, or Vs upon Vp is equals to Ip upon Is. Efficiency. The ratio between power of output to the power of input is called efficiency of transformer. Percentage eta is equals to P output upon P input multiplied by 100. Percentage eta is equals to VSIS upon VPIP multiplied by 100. Types of transformers. Step up transformer, if Vs is greater than Vp and Ns is greater than Np, then it is called step up transformer. Step down transformer, if Vs is greater than Vp and Ns is greater than Np, then it is called step down transformer. Alternating current, chapter 22. Explain the behavior of an RLC series circuit in terms of impedance, resonance, and phase angle. Behavior of an RLC series circuit. Impedance. Impedance means how much the RLC circuit resists the flow of electric current in an RLC circuit. There are three types of components: resistors, capacitors, and inductors. Each of the three components opposes the current in a different way. The resistor causes resistance, the capacitor creates capacitive reactance, and the inductor creates inductive reactance. Together, these three combine to give the total opposition to current, which is called impedance. Resonance. Resonance happens when the RLC circuit operates at a spatial frequency known as the resonant frequency. At this frequency, the capacitive reactance and inductive reactance cancel out each other. This means the circuit's total impedance becomes as small as possible, and the current through the system becomes maximum. Resonance is very useful in tuning circuits like in radios and TVs to select frequencies. Phase angle. The phase angle shows the difference in time between the voltage and the current in circuit. The difference happens because the voltage and current are not always perfectly in sync due to the effects of the resistor, capacitive reactance, and inductive reactance. For example, if the inductive reactance is bigger, the current lags behind the voltage. If the capacitive reactance is bigger, the current leads the voltage. Electrocardiograph (ECG). The electrocardiograph (ECG) is a medical diagnostic tool used to record the electrical activity of the heart over a period of time. Principle. The principle behind the electrocardiograph is based on the electrical signals generated by the heart during each heartbeat. Working. The heart is a muscular organ that contracts rhythmically to pump blood throughout the body. This contraction is initiated and coordinated by electrical signals generated within the heart. Electrodes are attached to specific points on the skin of the patient. These electrodes are conductive and are used to detect the electrical signals produced by the heart. The detected electrical signals are amplified to make them more measurable and are then recorded on a graph or displayed on a monitor. The resulting graph is called electrocardiogram. Deviation from normal ECG pattern can indicate cardiac abnormalities such as arrhythmias, ischemia, or other heart conditions. Theory of relativity. The statement: there is no absolute state that exists in the universe. Spatial theory of relativity. It is related to the inertial frame of reference. Postulates: Newton's law of motion is same for all observers. The speed of light in space is universal constant. Mass variation: if an object is moving with such a high speed comparable to the speed of light, then its mass will be changed, which is given by m is equals to m or m naught upon under root 1 minus v square upon c square. Note: according to mass variation, the measured mass is greater than the inertial mass. M is greater than m naught. Length contraction: if an object is moving with such a high speed comparable to the speed of light, then its length will be shorter, which is given by L is equals to L naught delta under root minus 1 minus v square upon c square. Note: according to length contraction, the measured length is less than the inertial length. L is greater than L naught. Time dilation: time is not an absolute quantity. If a clock lying in an inertial frame of reference and a body is moving with such a high speed comparable to the speed of light, then it is observed that the needle of the clock take longer time to move from one digit to another. This is called time dilation. T is equals to T naught upon under root 1 minus V square upon C square. Note: according to time dilation, the measured time is greater than the inertial time. T is greater than T naught. Mass energy conversion: if an object is moving with such a high speed equal to the speed of light, then its mass will be converted into energy, which is given by E is equals to mc square. Photoelectric effects: when UV light falls on the surface of metals, electrons are emitted. This process is called photoelectric effect. The electrons emitted are called photoelectrons and current produced is called photoelectric current. Construction: consider a glass tube consisting of two metals. One is connected to the positive terminal of the battery called collector, and the other is connected to the negative terminal of the battery called the plate. A galvanometer is also connected to measure the flow of electrons. Working: when UV light falls on the surface of metal, electrons are emitted. To measure the maximum energy of an electron, we change the terminal of the battery. When UV light falls on the surface of the metal, electrons are emitted on the surface. However, due to the positive charge of the plate, some electrons are deposited on it, and they are called captured electrons. Electrons reaching collector have high energy. If we make the collector more negative, the photoelectrons will not reach the collector and the galvanometer will show no deflection. The potential at which galvanometer shows no deflection is called stopping potential. Ke max is equals to V naught E. Half mv square max is equals to V naught E. Hertz observation: The minimum frequency at which electrons are emitted from a metal surface is called threshold frequency. The minimum amount of energy required to emit electrons from a metal surface is called work function. The increase in frequency of the incident light also increases the kinetic energy of the photoelectrons. Laser concept introduced in 1960, modified in 1990. Light amplification, stimulated emission radiation. Laser, a laser is a very intense, highly directional, coherent, and monochromatic beam of light that operates at frequencies ranging from far infrared to ultraviolet regions. Principle: it works on the principle of stimulated emission. Working: induced absorption, spontaneous emission, population inversion, stimulated emission. Induced absorption: consider an electron in the ground orbit having energy level E1. When a beam of photon h mu is absorbed by the electron, it jumps from the lower orbit to the higher orbit with energy level E2. The process is called induced absorption. Spontaneous emission: the electrons in the excited state do not fall directly to the ground state orbit. In the in this state, transition is not allowed, and the lifetime of the excited state is 10 exponent minus 8 seconds. Therefore, the transition from this state will be spontaneous, and the radiation emitted is called spontaneous emission. Population inversion: the electrons from the excited state are allowed to decay into the metastable state E3. The lifetime of the metastable state is 10 exponent minus 3 seconds. The electrons reach the metastable state much faster than they leave it. Therefore, an increase in number of electrons is achieved. This process is called population inversion. Stimulated emission: the electrons from the metal stable state, after achieving their lifetime, are allowed to transition to the ground state orbit, emitting a photon. This process is called stimulated emission. X-rays. X-rays were discovered by Roentgen in 1895. These are electromagnetic radiations. They are not visible to the human eye. They have higher energy and shorter wavelength. E is equals to hc upon lambda. Production: Roentgen used a discharge tube in his experiment, in which he used heavy metal as the anode. He bombarded fast moving electrons onto the anode made up of heavy metal. These electrons, after colliding with the anode, produced some unknown rays, which were later named as X-rays. Properties: X-rays are electromagnetic radiations. They remain undeflected in electric and magnetic fields. They affect photographic films. They have high penetration power. Their frequency range is 3 multiplied by 10 exponent 16 hertz to 3 multiplied by 10 exponent minus 3 multiplied by 10 exponent 19 hertz. Pair production: the decomposition of photon into photon electron pair is called pair production. It works on the principle of law of conservation of energy. The rest mass energy of electron and positron is 0.51 mega electron volt. M naught c square is equals to 0.51 mega electron volt. The energy of the incident photon should be greater than 1.02 m mega electron volt. It performs the conservation of energy into mass. It strongly supports the particle nature of light. Pair production cannot take place in vacuum. The energy of the pair production is given by E is equals to E minus plus E plus plus M no, plus E is equals to M naught C square plus ke e minus plus m naught c square plus ke e plus E is equals to m naught c square plus ke electron minus plus ke electron plus. Law of radioactive decay statement: the decrease in the rate of parent nuclei is directly proportional to the number of parent nuclei. Explanation: if n is the number of parent nuclei and delta n is the change in the parent nuclei, then decay in time delta t according to law of radioactive decay. Minus n delta t is minus delta n upon delta t is directly proportional to n. Minus delta n upon delta t is equals to constant n. Minus n upon delta t is equals to lambda n. If n naught is the number of parent nuclei that decay at time t is equals to 0, and n is the number of parent nuclei that decay in time t, then the ratio n upon n naught is called radioactivity. If we draw a graph between relative activity and time, we obtain an exponential curve which shows that the number of parent nuclei decreases over time. Nuclei decreases rapidly in the beginning, but decay slowly as the time passes. Therefore, n upon n naught is equals to e exponent minus lambda t. N is equals to n naught e exponent minus lambda t. Activity: the number of disintegrations per second is called activity.